Hi, my name's Chris Bullock. I'm owner of the Wandering Bull Trading Post here in southern New Hampshire, and we're going to talk today about doing loom work on the Ojibwa loom. I have a couple of examples that we're going to talk about, and away we go. The first one, I have already pre-strung the loom. Primarily, I'm going to put on 4 beads, go underneath the work, go back through the beads on top of the threads, and that will sandwich the beads so they'll be permanent and they won't go loose. We'll start with the white. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have my 4 beads on. I'm going to slide underneath the work, underneath the whop threads. Pull tight. Push my 4 beads up through the loom. Stick the needle on top of the whop threads. So you can see now they're permanent. They'll stay in place. Pull my thread tight. Row number 1. Row number 1 is normally the most difficult row to do. And when you're a beginner, certainly start off on something small. Don't do a 12 or 15 beads wide. You'll be totally frustrated. I'm going to add color. So the first one I'm going to blue and 3 whites. Once again, I'm going to go underneath the whop threads. Slide my beads up nice and tight. Take my needle, go on top of those threads, through the beads. Pull it tight. Let's do row number 3. I'm going to put on 2 blues, 2 whites. Push the beads up between the threads. Slide the needle through the beads on top of those threads. Pull tight. We're using 8/0 seed beads, which are the largest of the seed beads. Now let's add a yellow bead. So I'm going to go yellow, 2 blues, and 1 white. Push the beads up, slide the needle through, pull it tight. And at this point, if you give this a little tug right here, you want nice tight work, nice and even, and keep your rows pushed together. And I'm going to turn that into a pyramid or a teepee. So let's go to 2 blues, 2 whites for a total of 4. Once again, back underneath, pull the beads tight, push them up. So I work with my right hand, I push the beads with my left hand. I'll turn it around so you can see basic bead. So that's 4 beads wide, and I could continue this on, and you can in turn slide the beads so you can continue all the way around. This is 12 inches. You should be able to do a piece that is roughly 20 inches long. We're going to go from the seed beads to make a 1-row wampum bracelet. So with this, instead of the thread, we are using deerskin lace. I have preset this loom up, and I've strung it with deerskin lace. Now this setup is long enough to make a bracelet. So I'm going to bead the top, and then when I'm finished, I will cut the bottom, and then that's what the lace hanging down. So I have alternated white and blue. I'm going to put on 1 blue. And it's the same process, even though I'm using the wampum beads. Go underneath, pull it tight, push that 1-2 bead up through the 2, pull it tight. Very simple. So now I'm going to put a white bead on, slide the white bead down, go underneath the threads, pull it tight, push that bead up with my left hand, go through the bead on top of the leather lace. Pull that tight. So as you can see, we have roughly done about 1 inch of beadwork. These bracelets are 6 inches. So if you did the loom, use the full length of this loom setup, you could do a bracelet like this, and that would basically fit right across the loom. When we're finished, I slide the 2 crow beads on the end, And that is a finished product. That's a 1-row wampum bracelet. So if you wanted to do a 3-row, here's an example already done. And I'll flip it over and you can see these laces would basically touch. So when I was finished beading it, I snipped it right off, took this piece off, and there you go. There's a 3-row wampum bracelet. So even though you're using wampum beads or pony beads, the process is the same. You string the loom the same, you use different materials for our application, but voila, there you go. Loom Work 101. Appreciate you guys watching the video. You have any questions, you can certainly give us a call or jump on the website wanderingbull.com. But we went over the loom, and this is the mini loom paperwork, instructions, graph paper to make your own design. Thank you very much for watching and have a marvelous day and happy beading.